Hi everybody, welcome to video 4 for E3 2017. This is the Ubisoft conference. So Ubisoft at E3 is never really something I'm excited about. Like, I just don't ever really think that there's anything to be like hyped up about. So this year's really no exception. I'm gonna just highlight the things that I liked about it. There were a bunch of games that I just had next to no interest in. There's not really much to say about that, I guess. So, I think they started off strong and they ended strong. They started with Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Yeah, that's what the name of it is. And like, we've seen this game been talked about for a while. And then we had that leak like a month or so ago. But I never really thought that it would be like Mario XCOM, which is cool. I'm into Mario. I'm into that. I'm not really a big fan of the Rabbids. They're not terrible in this. They're kind of cute. So the Donkey Kong one at the end of the trailer is pretty cute. So I'll probably end up picking it up depending on what the release date for Fire Emblem Warriors is. If right at the end of August this comes out, if Fire Emblem Warriors comes out early September, I'm gonna pick Fire Emblem Warriors every time because I just love Fire Emblem. It's one of my favorite game franchises of all time. There was that, and then they did The Crew 2, don't care. South Park, I don't care. I used to love South Park. I've kind of grown away from them in the past few years. The first game I thought was really like hard. I don't know why. Yeah, so just not super into either of those. And then we saw more of Assassin's Creed. It looks great. It's hitting that Assassin's Creed itch. I think that it will be a fun, quick go through the story. I know there'll be people who will like 100% it and spend lots of hours on it, but it seems like something that'll be fun and quick and go through. I don't know if I'll get it at launch or if I will wait till it goes on discount, but it's really good. I like the setting. I like the characters that they've been showing. It all looks good. It looks phenomenal. It feels like it pulls away from that climb to the top is highest tower of everything. You're using the bird, I think, for that mechanic. Oh, it looks like they made a lot of changes. It has a little bit of a Fallout 5-ish vibe, or Fallout 4-ish vibe to me. Like they were showing on the stream later, I caught while I was waiting for my camera battery to charge, that one of the bosses was like an arena pit, and it really reminded me of that arena where you can like see the guy's dingle in Far Cry 5 because he's fighting naked. Did I say 5? I meant Far Cry 4. Anyway, showed Skull and Bones, which was basically Ubisoft Black Flag competitor to Sea of Thieves. I like the aesthetic style of Skull and Bones better than Sea of Thieves. I like that you can get out of the boat and pillage like islands and shit in Sea of Thieves. If you can do that in Skull and Bones, which it wasn't clear from the gameplay demo, then I will be right in line with that. The combat looked good. It looked like Black Flag minus all the frickin' Ubisoft or Assassin's Creed stuff. They showed like a weird VR game and Just Dance, and then a weird space game that's coming to Switch and all the other consoles that's like Toys to Life, and none of that stuff really like did anything for me. It was just whatever. Like, I can barely remember that part of it. And then they got to Far Cry 5, which, can it just be 2018? I just want to play Far Cry 5. I just want to cause chaos and mayhem and run people over with the fucking Thresher. I'm like, oh, it's so good. The gameplay trailer, the music was great. They're really always good at that, like, those videos, those gameplay videos. But they didn't do the thing, like, with any of their co-op things where you're, like, talking to people and, like, I don't know. Their single-player videos are very good, though. It looks very slick. It looks super ominous. When you first come in on that trailer, it's with the people in the church with their guns raised up. It's it's disquieting, and they showed a couple of like the little like farm towns that you're fighting in, and I grew up in Indiana. I grew up in a big city, but it was like the edge of the Chicago suburbs. Like beyond us was like cornfields and small towns and stoplight towns all the way till you got to South Bend. So, and then south forever until you got to Lafayette. So we were like the last like big city before all of that. So like I had plenty of friends who grew up out in those little like towns, and like seeing the like red and white that look like the RC like soda signs, and like the tin roof buildings, and the like mishmash, like you could tell where like they built a really nice post office, but it's across the street from this like really shitty like diner thing that's been there forever. Like those, and the little white church, like it looked like tiny small town America, and I was afraid that that would be something they wouldn't get. But they got it in like super detail. I don't know if Montana looks like that. I can only speak about Indiana. It was very cool to see that part of America represented in a way that we don't see it. That was cool. I'm excited. I can't wait to play it. I had a blast with Far Cry 4. This looks better. That dog, 20 out of 10, brings me a gun, would give a bone again. Like, so cute. And then they ended the conference with, like, I still can't believe I'm going to say this. They ended the conference with a CG trailer for Beyond Good and Evil 2. Apparently, like, people were losing, I mean, like, Twitter was, like, out of their mind. Like, I couldn't even, like, all I could tweet out was, is this happening? Is it really happening? Because, like, they've been saying it's going to happen. That game's been out for 15 years. They've been telling us for, what, 8, maybe 9 years now that we're going to get Beyond Good and Evil 2, and there wasn't anything. The trailer was fantastic. I think everybody needs to take a breath and a step back and realize that this is Final Fantasy VII Remake all over again. We're not seeing this game for years. They're asking the community to sign up to help them flesh out the game. Like, I don't quite understand what they mean by that, but I will sign up and try to figure out like what they're doing with that. But I think that like we should be excited. It's confirmation that it exists. It's not I mean, it could still be vaporware, I guess, but like they are at least trying to make it a real piece of software. Temper the expectations a little bit, because it's going to be a long wait still, even from now, but at least what we have seen from it now looks good. So be happy, be excited. It's going to be great to play it, but I think it's Final Fantasy VII Remake all over again, and Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, we're just going to be waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And if it's like Final Fantasy 15, that's cool, because Final Fantasy 15 has been so good. I'm not quite done with it yet, but all of that I've played have been so good, so waiting 10 years while it sucked isn't as bad as it could have been, right? Like, you could have waited 10 years and that thing could have been a steaming pile, right? So that was the Ubisoft conference. I'm kind of doing it quick and dirty. There wasn't a whole, like, there were bunches of things in that conference where I was just like, I have no desire. Oh yeah, they, like the South Park mobile game and the crew, like, those aren't my thing. There's not really any reason to spend time talking about it, because I have no like reference of like would it be good or should it be good or could it be good, because it just doesn't interest me. So I will see you guys later for the Sony conference. I'm kind of tempering my expectations because I think it's going to be a lot of things we've seen. This E3 has been strange. I feel like last E3 was like, oh, hype, boom, boom, boom. And then the one before that was Sony was like insane. Like, I will never forget watching that 15 E3 press conference. I will remember that forever. It was insane. It was just like, and you get a car, and you get a game, and Final Fantasy, and Shenmue, and like, it was nuts, right? So like, I think that I think there are going to be a lot of disappointed people tonight from the Sony press conference, and I'm trying to go in with that attitude so that if it's like insane, then it's insane. But yeah, that's it. I will see you guys later tonight for Sony, and have a great evening, and talk to you later. Bye guys.